The largest risk factor for a rowing injury is a rapid increase in training frequency, intensity, and volume. So from what I saw, most of you are coaches, so this is an area you can make such a big difference in. So we're going to go into a bit of load management. So important things to realise that we've noticed that adolescent rowers will often train at the same frequency and duration of elite senior rowers. So A, they generally don't need to because they're not competing at the same level, but their bodies aren't ready for it. Elite senior rowers have been rowing generally for many years, and their bodies have managed to adapt over that time to the training loads that they're doing. Whereas we're expecting younger athletes that don't have the same training history to sometimes do the same sort of volume. And also, as we've mentioned, they're also going through development phases as well. So it's really unfair for us to expect them to be able to cope with that kind of training. Hence why we seem to see a lot of injuries in this population. We do know that training volume is significantly associated with injury in junior rowers. And more than 7 training sessions a week, they've got increased risk of injury. Up to 50% of injuries in elite rowers have been related to land-based trainings. I mean, it depends what study that you're looking at, but the reason we left this in is because it's important to think that it's not just about what they're doing on water. It's really important to think about what they're doing from a weight training perspective and also on the stationary ergs too. And this is a key part of when you're planning your training sessions. It might have come up before that the volume of erg training, if it's more than 30 minutes, had a very close relationship to people developing injuries. So if you're thinking about planning your sessions and you want them to do an hour, you must split that up, whether it's 3 20 minutes or 2 half-hour sessions. And I think you're going into this a bit more later, so I won't go into more depth as to why, but Annabelle will explain a bit more why they found this might happen. So from that slide that I just put up, you'll probably think, oh, well, less is more then. And for a while, physios were always going, coaches do too much, coaches do too much, that's why you're all injured. But actually, as time's gone on, we've realised that actually loading in the boat and the erg can actually reduce the risk of overuse injuries. You think, hang on a minute, 1 minute you're saying too much load isn't enough, and then you're saying, but if you load people, it's much better for them. So what's right? And the key is getting the amount of load right and doing it in the correct way. So I changed that slide so it's appropriate loading can actually help prevent injuries.
At Decent Rowing, our goal is to get world-class rowing information into the hands of everyone. One of the easiest ways to do that is through our email list. We send out tips and tricks on rowing on a regular basis. If you want, you can sign up. As a sign-up bonus, you get 21 of our best rowing videos, including beginner and advanced rowing videos. We've also chucked in a couple of basic training programs and a training piece. So if you want to sign up, you can see what it's all about.